Hey everybody, how's it going on this Monday? I'm so excited to bring you a new video today, and we'll get started in a few minutes. We will give time for people to come on and join us, or give me a thumbs up or an emoji or wave or whatever, just to let me know that you're here if you're here. And if you're joining us later, that's okay too. You can still learn from all the information that I'm going to give you today, and on a topic that everybody uses. So I'm excited about this. So until then, what coffee mug do I have? Dun, dun, dun. Starbucks. This one is one that I brought back from our trip back over Christmas, and I love its simplicity. I think it's just so cute. In case you hadn't guessed, I do like coffee mugs, and I've got plenty more where these came from too. So I hope you're having a beautiful Monday. If you live here in Cookville, we are having a beautiful day. This morning was about 65 degrees. It was perfect. When we walked outside, my youngest daughter and I, we walked out to take the dogs out. She said, "I wish the weather could be like this all the time." I said, "So do I." Although I think I'd probably get tired of it. I do like my four seasons, but this morning was nice. It was a nice morning to go for a walk after my workout. So I enjoyed the weather, even though I think it's supposed to get up in the high 80s today. So it could end up getting good and hot and humid, just like our Tennessee Augusts are known to do. And I couldn't believe that just in a couple of days that this month is going to be half over. I know I've got a friend who he counts down till Christmas, and I'm starting to get there too. We were talking this weekend about when Christmas music starts on Sirius. I said I think it's November, and Adeline thinks that I think she said October is when she thinks it starts. So if you guys know, let us know. I will be checking it out because I like Christmas music. So, okay, we're going to give it about 30 more seconds for some people to hop on and join us. And I hope you guys are just enjoying whatever you're doing right now. If you're on your lunch, if you're just sitting at home, if you're at work, whatever you're doing, I hope that you're having a wonderful and blessed day. Just a couple more seconds, one more swig of coffee, and we'll get kicking. Okay, today's subject. What I want to talk to you about is one, like I said, that we all deal with. We all have it, and it's a good stinky subject to go to go around, and nobody wants to smell you. I'll tell you. So I want to give you some natural ways and give you some product recommendations to take care of the stank that you can get whenever, I mean, just everyday life. First, I will tell you that it can come down to diet on how much body odor you have. So if you're a big sugar consumer, if you will cut back on it, it will help you quite a bit. It will help your breath. It will help your armpit and just your sweat. Sometimes people just they sweat stinky, and you you know if you've been to the gym, you know people who I'm talking about that you avoid going around because they smell a little bit too bad. Sometimes you can take it, sometimes you can't. So um, that's number one. That's going to be try to. I know it's hard to eliminate sugar, and natural sugars are sugars, but the processed sugar is going to react differently in your body. So if you consume a lot of it, and turn over those labels, turn them over, look at them, see if they have sugar as like the first, second, third, even the top five ingredients, and get rid of it. Don't buy it again. It's hard in the world that we live in because sugar is added to everything. I remember one time when I did like in a January, I did kind of a cleanse, and sugar was one of the things that I eliminated. And it's hard. It's hard to find a lot of things that don't have sugar in some form or fashion added to it. So, like I said, number one, try to get rid of the sugar, and that will help your body odor, especially if you're a really stinky person. Second, I highly recommend that you get rid of your commercial deodorants. So, your secrets, your Arid Extra Dry, what else is out there? I've not used them in 5 years almost. So if you're still using those that you can go into the drugstore, Walmart, wherever it may be, um, you need to turn them over and look at the ingredients. And I'm going to give you guys a website. The Environmental Working Group has a website that you can go to, and you can look up your products. You can look up the product ingredients and see that, because they don't always have the products, especially if they're new products, but you can look at the products and see if there's something in there that could be harmful to your body. And remember, our skin is our biggest organ. In case you missed that one in science, skin is your biggest organ. So I do want to highly recommend that you get away from the commercial products, because they do have quite a bit of chemicals that aren't the best. And hey, thanks for joining, Mandy. um, they aren't the best to put on your body, because your body absorbs that. And it, underarms are going to be one of the biggest places that you can absorb those chemicals. You know, if you've ever heard of anybody being on testosterone replacement, they give them a cream to put under their underarms. Why? Because it's a highly absorbable area. So let's try to kick that to the curb. Next, I have heard so many people say natural products don't work. They do. You just have to find the right one. And I'm going to show you quite a few to choose from that we have used here in our household that have worked. What works for me may not work for you. My daughters use two different deodorants, and I use a third different deodorant. So it's preference too, whatever you like. Um, so, eliminate sugar, just in case you're joining, and get rid of those commercial products. Those are going to be two biggies. And sometimes you'll even realize after years and years of using commercial products that they quit working. You might have to go for a stronger one and a stronger one and a stronger one. That's what happened to me, to where I was using professional strength, and then I was doing some research and I was like, I don't want to put this on my body. So what can I do? And that's what led me down this rabbit hole. It is a rabbit hole that you can get lost in. So first of all, I will show you what two of the ones that my youngest daughter uses. The first one, this one is probably because of the alcohol. This is Jason's. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it because of the reflection. It's Jason's dry spray deodorant. There's no aluminum, butane, parabens, or artificial fragrances. It's scented with essential oils, but it does have alcohol in it, so that it'll kind of evaporate quite a bit quicker. So I looked this one up. That is the one ingredient that is probably the worst out of them all, but overall it gets a score of about 2. So that one's not a bad one. She loves it, so I'm not going to take it from her. She's also used this one. She switches in between the two. It is EO's, let's see, organic deodorant. It's still a little blurry. And it is organic ethanol, purified water, and essential oil blends. So this one has lavender. That's all that's in it for the scent. And just in case you didn't know, and I'll probably say this again through some other Facebook Lives or videos that I may do, fragrance is a general term that can include over 200 chemicals. So when you look at something with fragrance, just know that it's not one thing usually. It's usually a bunch of things that can be included in that term. And that's why companies like to use them. I will tell you, and I did a blog post on this, which I will put into the comments right now in case anybody wants to go over and read about my experience with Schmidt's. This one, gosh, that light is just really reflecting. It's hard to see. I know. I'm sorry. There we go. Schmidt's Lavender and Sage. This one is one of my favorites. I love it. It smells like lavender. If you like lavender, gals, this is a good one. I don't know many guys that like lavender, but this one is a great one to go for. Um, it does have a little bit of shea butter, and it does have baking soda in it. And I'm about to talk about baking soda, but this bergamot lime, ah, it's hard to see, I know. The bergamot lime, there we go. This is a good one as well. My oldest daughter, Adeline, and I like this one. It's got more of a lime smell, and bergamot is a citrusy smell, so that's what you're going to get with this scent. They do have other scents, so if you want to go take a look at them, TJ Maxx carries them quite often from time to time. You can also order them from Amazon. Kroger had them. Good Shepherd here in town is a great place to get natural deodorants, although I don't believe they carry Schmidt's, but they do carry a lot of different kinds that you can check into if you want to. So, about baking soda, I had never experienced, never heard of somebody getting an underarm rash from natural deodorants until my mother-in-law told me that she switched from her deodorant, which sometimes it can happen. I read up on this. It can happen when you switch from a commercial brand over to a natural brand. Sometimes your armpits are such a sensitive area that they can break out. I don't recommend pushing through a product just to say, oh, it'll go away, it'll go away, it'll go away. It may not go away. So they do make baking soda free different deodorants. And this is one that I have found, Alethea. Well, and there we go. Maybe, no, it's still focusing on me. There we go. This one is charcoal, turmeric, and neem, mandarin ginger, and it is non-staining. There's no parabens, sulfates, phthalates, aluminum, mineral oil, propylene glycol, triclosan, synthetic fragrance, silicone, and they don't test on animals for vegan and vegetarian friends, animal lovers. It is kind of gray, black. Don't let that deter you. It does not stain. This is the one that I'm currently using. It's a great one. Probably the first one that I've found that's doesn't have baking soda that actually does a pretty decent job. Sometimes if I'm sweaty, if I go for a walk in the afternoon, I will have to reapply. But right now it's hot, and during the fall, I won't have to reapply it at all. Now, guys, I'm really excited. Like this tickled my fancy this morning when I came into my office and there were some things piled up in a corner. If you have an office desk and things pile up in the corner, um, that's me. I'm not a very neat freak. I will be for a while, and then it just kind of flies out the window. But when I was cleaning up my office desk this morning, I got so excited because I had forgotten that I don't usually get pulled in by ads. And this ad I did get pulled in by. It was on Instagram a while back, and it was talking about baking soda free deodorants. So I thought, well, okay, I'll click on it, I'll check them out, see what's in their ingredient list, and I'll give it a go because it had free samples. All you had to do was pay shipping and handling, and at the time, I think it was $3 maybe. And I thought, well, to be able to try a couple of different deodorants, that's okay. So that's when this came in. It is, I don't know if you can see it. It's still focusing on me. Little Seed Farm. You can't see it. I apologize. Anyway, it is Little Seed Farm. And they have organic ingredients. This was the little packet that it came in. I've not smelled it yet. And the best thing, guys, they're local. They are from Lebanon, Tennessee. They moved from New York. And this is the Grapefruit Lemon. I have not smelled this. This was the little packet that it came in. This one does apply with your fingertips. So if you don't like fingertip application, they do sell a little bamboo spoon, I believe, that fits in the little container. And I want to smell this and see. I'll tell you. You guys get my reaction. And I've got a lavender one that I'm going to open too. Mmm, that smells good. You guys ever smell things like 2 or 3 times? Sorry. This one's the lavender one. Let's go for this one. There's no animal testing, aluminum free, gluten, GMO free, paraben free, sulfate and preservative free. They have arrowroot powder. They do have magnesium hydroxide, which is good for body odor. Coconut oil, jojoba oil, which is great for skin. And then they have essential oils. And that's it. Very simple. Let's see what the lavender smells like. It smells like lavender. So that smells like a lavender essential oil. And I'm going to give them a try and see how they work out, and then I'll let you guys know eventually what I thought of them. It is a creamy consistency, and it is very creamy. There's no grit, nothing to it. So you don't have to worry about having gritty underarms. That is a problem with some of the ones. They kind of get thick because with the coconut oils and natural oils, they can thin out and when they get hot. So if you ever have problems applying these natural deodorants, you can kind of wet them or heat them up just a little bit with a hair dryer and then put them on, and that helps quite a bit with the application. So I'm super excited about this new sample that I've got. I'm going to use it over the next week and probably switch back and forth between the 2 scents just to kind of see if I like both scents. And they also sell different things on their website. They have soaps, and I will link them right now. They have things for face and lips. They have soap, things for babies, and you can also gift things to people. They do have a place that you can look at their locations. And there's a place in Sparta, which isn't far. So for you Sparta people or you Sparta goers, you can go and check them out and see, what it is. If you like the smell, if you like, maybe they have a tester. They also carry it in Kroger in Lebanon is another place for their locations. So I hope that has helped you guys. But with the baking soda, I also do make my own. And I am currently trying to find a recipe that I like that works for me that doesn't include baking soda so that I can put a blog post up that does include my baking soda, but it also includes a recipe that doesn't include baking soda. But that is what I have for you guys today. I hope that you give it a try because I have seen 3 or 4 posts from friends of mine over the past couple of months that they are wanting to switch to natural deodorants and having a hard time finding them. I also have seen people mention the Native brand. I have not used the Native brand. It is more on the pricey side. These typically they run anywhere from $5 to $7 for a container. The Native brand is about $12 a container, and it says no shipping, but shipping is included in that price. So it would probably be about a $6 container, and shipping would be about $6. I didn't see anything in the ingredients that I didn't like, although it does have shea butter, and I can do a little bit of shea butter, but I have noticed if the deodorant has a lot of shea butter, it tends to not work as well for me. And also, I can't do the ones that have probiotics added to them, and it does have probiotics added to them. I know that probiotics, and I love probiotics, they're in your gut, but something with them being under my armpit just does not work. I am a sweater, a big sweater. In case you guys have never seen me work out, I drench myself. I know it's hard to see on my Instagram, but if you guys know me, you know that I do sweat quite a bit. And I know that, like I said in my videos that I've posted on Instagram, you can't really see it, but it's bad. So if these are not antiperspirants, these are not made to make you not sweat. You are supposed to sweat. So you're just trying to keep the stench to a minimum. And like we said, going back, try to ditch the sugar. It will improve your body odor. Try to ditch the commercialized deodorants, and try to switch over to a natural one. And you can do it gradually. You don't have to do it overnight. And if you have that deodorant right now, you don't have to go throw it in the trash. I know it costs money, and you might be pinching pennies, and the last thing that you need to do is throw a new tube of deodorant out into the trash. So once that goes out, then go and try to get a natural deodorant and use it. um, Another thing that I've found that helps with a lot of people is if they're starting to stink quite a bit with even using natural deodorants, if you'll just take a little bit of baking soda when you're in the shower, rub it under your armpits, let it sit there while you wash your hair or wash your face, and then rinse it off. It's not like you're keeping it there all day long. It helps with the smell. So, hey, Kason, glad you joined us. Um, it helps with the smell a lot. And then you may need to repeat it once a week. Maybe in the beginning you might need to repeat it a few times, but it does help. And then you might can transition over into wearing the natural deodorants. But there's quite a bit out there. And if you guys want to ever check me out on Instagram, I am on Instagram. I do post different things on Instagram than I do on my Facebook, just because it's a different platform. I have included the link here right now. And I would love, we don't sweat, we glow. Love it. Do the crystal deodorants work? I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to cover that and it just totally slipped my mind. Um, no, I have yet to find one person that says the crystal stick works for them. Now, if you're not a stinker, if you don't stink naturally, then yeah, they'll work. And it can go back to, like I said, trying to eliminate those sugars to help with the body odor naturally. I did notice when I had cut my sugar out there during that time that I was telling you guys about earlier, that my body odor did decrease tremendously. And I don't have a lot of body odor. Now, if I go out and I sweat or work in the yard, go for a walk, work out, and do all that jazz, yeah, I will kind of have a little bit of stench. And so it's not like I'm one that, like I said earlier, that you wouldn't want to come next to in the gym. I would have like that natural, like that kitty smell, like when your kids come in from outside when they're little and you just say, you smell like a sweaty kid. That's natural. That's a natural smell, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's the body odor that, as we hit puberty, that starts to creep up on us. So these are just options for the body odor. They are not options for not sweating. That is your cooling mechanism for your body, and I want you to sweat. You should sweat. If you don't sweat, please go to your doctor and have that checked out, because that can be indicators for other things. So just to recap, Again, just in case you joined us here at the end, I can't remember when you joined, if you joined after Kason, so I'm going to go over it again. Ditch the sugar, or at least try to eliminate a lot of it. That includes your processed foods, because they will convert to sugar in your body, your breads, your crackers, and all of that jazz. Um, Ditch those commercial deodorants. Switch over to the natural deodorants. I want to hear from you guys. If you guys try this, come back, comment on this video, or comment on my Facebook page. Let me know how it goes. I would love for you to say, hey, this is the brand I picked up. I'm going to try it, and I'll let you know what it's like here in about a week. Worked, didn't work, whatever. Because like I said, for everybody, it's different. Schmidt's worked for me wonderfully for a while. It still does, but I do switch between it and the Aleafia because of some irritation that I was getting, and it didn't happen for 4 years for me. So I found that kind of odd, but they did reformulate, so that could have something to do with it too. And that's another thing. Companies reformulate. So if they reformulate, it may not be you. It could be that they have reformulated and it's irritating to your skin. So I hope, oh yeah, and the little seed farms. This was the little sample packet. I got 2 of them. Maybe, yeah, picks up that time. The sample packet that I've got. Cute little story. Go check them out, even if you've not. Yeah, embarrassing sweat leaving marks in the chair, especially during the summer here. And yes, they are on Amazon. I know Schmidt's is. They also have them in TJ Maxx. They have them in Kroger, so check those 2 places out. And, you know, I know that every store is different, but they did start carrying all of these. I actually got all the deodorants except for the Little Seed Farm. I got those at TJ Maxx, and they were like $4. So it's a great way to try them. And if you don't have a TJ Maxx, you don't have a Kroger, see if you've got a local health food store so that you can check them out and see what they have available. Um, and like I said, I've not tried the native brand. I may try the native brand. I don't know, but I've got about, I guess I'm a hoarder of deodorants because I've got like 5 sticks right now. So I'm good for a while. But I do want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you ever have any questions, pop me a message. Hit me up on Instagram, on my Facebook page, and here on the comments. If you have any topics that you would like for me to cover, you can comment in the videos, or you can send me a message, and I will eventually get to those topics. So thanks for joining me. Have a great Monday, and we will talk to you guys later. See ya.